Hello everyone, Castle95 here and welcome to Impact vs Fight Club, where we discuss the best moments from GFW's Impact and ICW's Fight Club week by week. Not to say which company is the best, but to appreciate the difference between them. And this week we got Mark Coffey addressing Jackie Polo in front of the fans in the middle of the ring. So it's known by everyone that Polo Promotion, since losing the titles against the Marauders and Mark's concussion, have been having internal issues. But this week Mark addressed Jackie saying, "I will not give up on this tag team after all the blood, sweat and concussion that this has cost us." To what Jackie responded saying, "Who bad? We bad!" And now things seem to be going in the right direction. But will Polo Promotions find a third man for Shahu's party as Mark Dallas suggested, or will they go 2 against 3 against the Marauders that night? Number 2, we have Sienna vs Rosemary, last knockouts standing match booked for next week, including Gail Kim's return. After unifying both knockouts and GFW women's titles at Slammiversary, Sienna calls out Karen Jarrett to make her get on her knees and apologize to the AK-47. But Rosemary makes her return after weeks of absence, but that's not all. Gail Kim appears to even the odds against Sienna and Laura Vanessa, getting some action after a long time. Not only Karen have said that they have big plans for Gail Kim this year, which will be her last sadly, but also Karen booked Sienna vs Rosemary last knockouts standing match for the next week's episode. Will Rosemary crown herself the new undisputed champion, and will we have Gail Kim in action next week? Number 3, Kenny Williams stealing Zach Gibson's 0G title and Louis Garvin calling out Gibson for a title match. Now, as we know, Louis Garvin was screwed in the road to Fear and Loathing last year when he beat Lionheart for the 0G title, but due to politics and questionable decisions, he was never recognized as champion. But last week, he addressed this point, finally demanding a title shot and a spot in the 0G title division picture. But that's not all the problems that the 0G champion has to face right now. After successfully retaining his title, Zach Gibson tried to humiliate Liam Thompson even more, but Kenny Williams came to the rescue and not only made Gibson run out of the ring, but took his title and escaped through the fans, stealing the 0G championship. Will Louis Garvin receive a title shot? How will Mark Dallas deal with this situation? And could we see a 3-way match, Garvin, Gibson, Williams, in the near future? And last, number 4, Lashley calls out Bruce Pritchard and Alberto, turns his back on LAX right after joining the faction. Throughout the entire last week's episode, LAX have been torturing Alberto's fathers and brother to force Alberto to join LAX. After beating them with a kendo stick, it seemed like Conan's plans have worked and Alberto shook hands with him and joined LAX. But immediately after, he betrayed them and took them out one by one, using the same kendo stick on every member, especially on Homicide, who received 9 kendo stick shots last night. Fuck me! Especially Homicide, who received 9 kendo stick shots that night. But Alberto not only has to be worried about LAX, now Lashley has demanded a rematch against Alberto after LAX cost him his title match 2 weeks ago. How will Conan respond to this next week, and will Lashley get another title shot soon? And that's it for this week's episode. Don't forget that this video's purpose is not other than encourage you to witness how these stories unfold in the following weeks. So that will be it for this video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.